Hello, welcome to seafoodsource.com. I'm Sean Murphy, Seafood Source Editor, and we're here talking about mackerel with Mr. Gislason. I'm afraid to try to pronounce your first names. I know I won't get it right here. But you're with, is it Ögurvik? Is that your company?
Yes.
And you're based in Iceland?
Yes.
Now, let me ask you then, because there's been a lot of criticism about the dispute, the mackerel dispute. And some of the criticism has gone toward Iceland, also the Faroe Islands, but also the Icelandic companies for fishing beyond their quotas. So what's your experience?
Yes, these changes that we have seen in the sea, the mackerel swimming in so big quantities into the Icelandic zone has made up some complications. It has quite a big impact on the Icelandic biologic. We can see it in fish birds are not getting all the food that they need for their chicklings. And what has happened is that we are harvesting the mackerel while it is in the Icelandic zone. And we think it's we are taking only a fair and share, because we could easily catch much more. But we have had some complications with the European Union and the Norwegians concerning this matter.
Yeah.
We have been trying as heavily as we can to keep it on a diplomatic and scientific basis. But we have had some threats from the European Union in this, but we will hopefully we can get them to sit down at the table with us and find a fair and good way to split the stock, because it would not be a fair thing for Iceland and Faroes, which are, because the stock comes to Iceland and it gains weight for over 700 to 900,000 tons in our zone. So it is a fair thing that we get a share of the stock.
Well, what are some of the scientists have said, if you continue to fish over the quota, and if Faroese continue to fish over the quota, and the EU and Norway continues to fish at their quota level, which they are doing, that this cannot be sustainable long term, that this will have an impact eventually on the stock. What do you think of that?
Yes, this is worries us quite a lot, that the European Union and the Norwegian are still treating the stock as it is a stock that's only swimming in their waters. They are not respecting the changes that had occurred. I think that I hope that in the near future there will be an understanding that this is a stock that has started up a new route, and it needs to be looked at a fair way. It's unfair that Norway and the European Union split the stock in the same manner as they have done before, after this big change has occurred. So hopefully we will get all parties to talk and study, and also there need to be a better scientific study of the strength of the stock, because it seems to us, as we studied it better, and our knowledge is getting better, that the stock is a little bit stronger than there are many scientific data that tells us that the stock is stronger than we have expected. But that's things that we need to discuss, and also to put more money into to understand the stock, and to be sure that we are with the right quota at the moment. But it's quite complicated at the moment. And
well, talking about money, what are your concerns that if your country is now, as a whole, if your companies are pulling in more mackerel than you used to before. Are you concerned that that's going to destabilize the market somewhat and that it's going to affect prices?
Well, our experience of the market is that there is a strong demand for mackerel. So it seems to me that that market is stable, and there has not been any complications in the market yet. So that's still running good.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens down the road, whether or not there's going to be any move from the EU or not about this, but we'll be watching, and I'm sure you will be too.
Oh, yes, we will. Hopefully we will find some table to sit down and have it, take it the diplomatic way rather than with threats and that road. But we will see.
Okay. Well, there's a perspective from one of the Icelandic companies here on mackerel, and keep watching seafoodsource.com for more information about mackerel and for more information in general from the 2013 European Seafood Exposition.